thought the 13-inch M1 MacBook Pro was getting the short end of the stick in some of these. Some of the discussion was about what's its place in the lineup, because from a value proposition, I guess, in terms of how much you're spending. Obviously, I've been using one for quite some time. You've got yours as well, and I guess the argument has been that just get the MacBook Air because it's got basically the functionality that the Pro would have, just at a cheaper price, which I thought was a little bit disingenuous, because there are a couple of things in the Pro that actually, whether it's worth the price difference, I'm not sure. But if you think about that, the next Pro after this, the M1 Pro, is another $1,100 more than this 13-inch Pro that we're using. I think a couple of $100 if you want, brighter screen, longer battery life, the active cooling system for slightly longer workloads, for more sustained workloads, and even for me, it would still be my pick because of the studio mics. So you might have noticed that the microphone that I used to use is no longer in the picture. And I'm sure all the pro YouTubers out there are probably going to excoriate me for not using a microphone and just relying on a laptop mic for podcasting. But the reality is that it gets the job done. So I think in all of that, I just find it curious that other than, having a line to sell on a YouTube title on a video, I don't know if it's as justified as what the claims are. I think it's actually an awesome laptop and is worth considering. And again, like everything, pick the model that fits what you need.
Well, yeah, I agree. I don't have anything to add except this MacBook Pro with the M1 is the best PC I've ever had. And, write columns, make videos, criticize it all you want, but I'm very happy with mine.
Yeah, absolutely. One last point, and although I'm not a real fan of the touch bar, I actually do use it during this podcast. It's actually telling me right now that it's recording, which actually the other MacBooks can't do because there's no display on the screen recorder when you're doing that. So there you go. There's always use cases.